This is Centralia. What this city is famous for is not what you see above ground, but what's below it. A coal mine swallowed by an endless fire. Todd walks through the yard, unaware that his next step could be his last one. He steps ahead and disappears from sight in a thick cloud of gases.
Somebody was going to have to die before the government would do something about this.
The biggest and scariest incident of all.
Somebody almost did die.
I seen smoke, so I went over to see if it was the mine fire, and when I did, I just fell right through.
45-meter hole opens up beneath his feet.
Luckily for him, he had like an orange hunting hat on, and his cousin crawled over on like almost on his belly like a snake, and saw the orange hunting hat and just reached in and grabbed him and pulled him out.
It's May 27th, 1962. Location above the old mine entrance on the outskirts of town. Local workers were tasked by the government to clean up the trash. As usual, they did so by burning it. What they didn't know, beneath them were ventilation shafts. The flames had a direct path into the abandoned coal mines underground. The citizens above are not aware. The situation is much more dangerous than it seems. The government assigns firefighters to control and stop the fire when garbage burns. They did like every other day. From the outside, fire has disappeared, but 45 meters below, a disaster is brewing. 2 days later, the fire is back. This time, firefighters are using bulldozers to dig through the trash and add more water until the fire was out. The problem seemed solved until a horrible, disgusting smell began to permeate the town. This smell wafted up from the pit for days, indicating that something deeper down was still burning. And soon, disturbing discovery was made. 15-foot or 4.5-meter hole had opened up along the northern wall of the landfill pit. It was hidden under layers of garbage until then, and soon it was realized that it led straight into the sprawling network of abandoned coal mines beneath Centralia. It's Christmas. The fire has been raging for weeks, months, years. People continue to live their lives despite warnings. The situation seems strange, but not catastrophic, for now. This is Katie Gadinsky. She's picking tomatoes. Everything seems normal until you realize there is no more snow. The city is now naturally heated. From below, smoke is coming out of the cracks in the ground. Life in the city is becoming unhealthy. Residents are starting to lose consciousness in their homes from carbon monoxide evaporating from their basements. Some specialists call it the silent killer. This extremely dangerous gas is colorless and odorless, making it undetectable until it's too late. It is produced as a product of carbon combustion without sufficient oxygen. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin in red blood cells and suffocates oxygen from them. Even up to 300 times smaller amounts of carbon monoxide can leave the body without oxygen. Same thing happens in the muscles. The person loses energy and falls unconscious and paralyzed. At concentrations above 1%, a person becomes unconscious after just a few breaths. And a few minutes in, death. But it was not the smoke that made people worried. It was the moment when Todd fell through the ground and almost lost his life. The fire could not be stopped, as it was underground. It has a constant flow of oxygen through cracks. All efforts to stop it failed. The only option left was to evacuate the citizens and save their lives. The evacuation process did not happen in the blink of an eye. It was a slow process that lasted for years. the government decides to force the remaining residents to relocate. Those who stay can die at any moment. Some residents remain despite the warning. John Lokitis, a retired state police accountant, he doesn't want to leave.
I could walk up and down the block and I could basically tell you, all my neighbors, where everyone lived. I could tell you everything where it was at, where the funeral parlor was at. These were all homes in along here too.
Pointing out, the fire didn't kill anyone, and people live here to a very old age. He believes the fire cannot reach him. His house is protected by underground water and rocks. In 2014, an unknown person unearths a time capsule buried in 1966. Instead of opening in 2016, he opens it earlier. Big, emotional moment for every Centralia resident. But inside, severe water leakage destroyed much of what was inside, especially books, paper documents, and old photos. Instead of nostalgia, the capsule showed how decayed and forgotten the city really is.